Scott, are you ever going to clean up this shit around here, or are you just going to let it keep going to heck on us?
It's cleaner than my room.
That's terrible, Scott. That's terrible. So, I mean, you know, we got crap everywhere. It keeps constantly coming in the store, which I'm not complaining about that, but the part I am complaining about is, man, every time I get something cleaned up, something else comes in. And it's just like a never-ending cycle. So we did get some stuff in today. Nothing super great, but like we got some doll stuff like this right here, which we typically do not sell in the store, you know, a lot of. We got this tote of stuff in, and so, you know, it's just a mixture of stuff, a little bit of lower end stuff and things like that too right there. What we're going to do with this stuff, Scott, is I don't know if you've ever been. I'm sure you have. I'd be shocked if you tell me you haven't. But twice a year, we do Hillsville, Virginia. It is a really large flea market that is on, well, it's not very far from me here in Asheboro, North Carolina. It's about an hour and 45 minutes for me, and we do Hillsville, Virginia every year. And used to be I've took everything under the sun there to sell it because it is such a wide variety of customers and people that come up there shopping. And as of late, since the toy store, you know, in the last couple of years, it's been taking toys, comics, movies, video games, and stuff like that, which is what we're still taking. But right now, we are trying to sort what we want to keep here in the store, what we're going to take to Hillsville, what's going to do best here in the store for sale, what's going to do good up there, and maybe some, what I'm going to call a little bit cheaper items for the flea market, because one of the things you got to worry about when you go up to Hillsville is it always rains. It's a given. It's going to happen. It's going to rain. It is such a crazy little hole in the wall that I have been out there in 32-degree weather, freezing, and the next day it was like 90 degrees and I was sweating, and it was all in a matter of a couple hours. So weather is definitely a factor when you go up there. Also, I've seen tents take flight and was actually in the power lines one time. So I've had a friend of mine that set up with me for years, and he would take higher end items up there, and the rain would hit it, destroy the package, and you know, once that happens, it's a wrap. So we try to take a little bit of high end, a lot of mid-grade, and some lower end stuff. That way, if it does get damaged, you can still open the pack and still sell it as a loose, complete figure, because the rain's not going to hurt it so bad. But once the package is gone, you know, you're automatically going to take a hit. So we have been trying to sort out what we're going to take to Hillsville. Now, typically this market is so diverse that you just don't never know what you're going to take and what you're going to sell. One year they asked me for Ninja Turtles, and we had 3. The next year I took 100 Ninja Turtles and couldn't sell one. So it's such a diverse place that you just don't know what you're going to do. I will say one of my best things I've ever took up there and sold was a tote about this size. I was at an auction and noticed it had a ton of Thundercats in it. A Thunder Tank was in it. A lot of G1 Transformers was in it. And I was at the auction, and I ended up buying this tote for $50, which was insane at the time. I mean, it was smoking a great deal. The Thunder Tank was nice. It had the tracks. It was complete. The toys looked good. It was in somebody's storage unit probably, and then, you know, it kind of ended up at the auction sale. Another place, you know, we used to source a lot was auctions. And I took that up there, and at the time I was doing antiques too. The toys way surpassed the antiques. I probably made $1,500 off that tote alone. And the other stuff, the antique stuff, was just not even close to that. So it was terrible, but the toys saved me that year. So it was great. And I've been taking toys ever since, because you don't typically see a lot of toys for collectors at those kind of markets, just because it seems like to me that times have changed. Of course it's changed, but from the time I was selling up there as a young man to the time now. So I used to go up there and take antiques, okay? You would get people looking for collectible antiques, high-end antiques, such and such, such and such. Last year, it looked like they dropped these kids off in a helicopter because they were everywhere. So that was the first thing they kind of asked us for, was vintage t-shirts, and it blew my mind that changed. So this past time I took vintage t-shirts and we sold about 500-600 vintage t-shirts. So that was insane. But it's just crazy what you know, the times that has changed and what they're asking for. You know, we go from vintage t-shirts to video games to comics to action figures, and that's what people are up there looking for. So we tend to do really, really well up there for 2 times a year. You get spring, fall, Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend, and Labor Day seems to be their biggest show that they've put on. And I think this year is going to be really, really good. We are getting a new spot this year, so it's a double walk-through tent. So if you guys are going to Hillsville, Virginia, find the Toy Buster tent up there and shop us, guys, because we're going to have stuff that you see here in the store, especially because we get a lot of people that necessarily don't want to come to the store because they're too far away, but they'll come to the market, like people from Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia, of course. I mean, you get all that side of the U.S. up there coming to that market. Plus, you get North Carolina, South Carolina, and I've even seen people from Labor Day from Florida and New York. So even if you don't want to make it to the store, guys, you can see what Toy Buster's is about. Check us out up there in Hillsville. We will be where, Raina? Hunley Field this year. You'll see Eddie up there.
Is that the one across the street from the VFW?
It is across the street from the VFW. So if you see that, Eddie was in one of the videos, and you'll see Eddie up there. He'll be up there looking at everybody's dog, wishing he had one. But yeah, we'll have a ton of stuff up there for sale, guys. Jump in. If you say you saw us on this video, guys, I'll give you a discount just for saying you saw us on the video. So check us out. We're going to take a wide variety of stuff. It's going to be awesome. That's coming up next weekend, guys. So check us out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It goes through Monday, but typically we pack up because we have had all we can stand within 3 days we're up there. So check us out, guys. Follow us on our social media stuff, Facebook, whatnots, YouTubes. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this video. You're awesome. Thanks a lot, guys.